Hello and welcome to Software Nights, and in this video I'm going to be doing a Kartra review for you. Now before we begin, I actually did a blog post about this, so if you'd like to check that out as well, I will put a link down to that below, along with the link that you can click and you'll get a Kartra 14-day trial. It's only $1, so you can actually test it out just to make sure that it's going to be perfect for you before you actually get started fully on it. Okay, so those are the initial aspects. Let's get down into the actual review. Well, what I'm going to do is kind of go through the sides with the features, talk about them, show you how they work, give you an idea of what to expect, and so on and so forth. So starting off with products. So here I'm just going to put product. We're going to hit next. All right, so what you would do is actually go across and simply fill out all the details for it. It's very step-by-step, which is what I like. A little different from other softwares, but like I said, every software has their own pros and cons. Let's just, we don't know what the product is. I'm just, giving you an example of what you'd put here. We can keep it private, and I got to open this up because I'm only filming a small part of the screen, and you would just hit save on the specific section every time you do a section. And of course, payment processing, you can do PayPal or credit card. Let's configure that later, just so we can save some time, then do save and next. Okay, so one-time payment, recurring, limited number of installments, recurring installments. One time seems awesome. And then we would say one-time payment. We're a big baller, so we're doing $9.97, just an example, okay? Default price, cool. Ooh, my mouse just spazzed out. Let's hit save. Okay, let me maximize this. I'm only recording a part of the screen. So here we have shipping cost in case it gets cut off, sales tax, refund policy. You can, edit all those. I'm just going to do save and next. Checkout, you can use an external page or an internal one within Kartra, but, it's up to you. I'm just going to do example. Just kind of showing you what would go there. That's the thank you page. This is the product page. Once again, oops, did not copy that. It's kind of showing you the walkthrough process of completing this. Okay, save and next. Okay, so this is the your checkout page look and feel. Okay, it's going to be a Kartra hosted checkout page. Probably going to want to do that seeing you're going to be using Kartra. The checkout page header logo, embed a Kartra help desk icon, which is kind of cool. I'm going to show you the help desk function later. Checkout page fields, you can obviously change that. For example, if you want to add address, city, and post, phone, company, going to be completely up to you, but let's just hit save. And of course, express checkout, where you can use either the full checkout or you can make it quicker. You can do tag cart abandonment, which is really cool. So if someone goes to your cart and they don't purchase, you can send them an email and so on and so forth. And a few other things like bump offers and a mandatory billing agreement. I'm not sure what that is, but I guess that might depend on where your location is. Let's go to save and next. Of course, here we have post sale. So customer list, tag your customers if you want to do that. Of course, accessing your product contents, probably going to be with a membership, I would recommend, or no access page or a downloadable file, whatever it's going to be. It's very, you can configure later just to save some time. Then of course, everything else, let's do save and next. If you've ever used EverWebinar or Webinar Jam, their other software, it's very similar to this where you're pretty much just going through setting things up, and then you can go on and edit the pages and create that later, okay? Let's just save next. And just like that, you would have a product, and that's basically just a code that you can put in the body for obviously conversions, other stuff like that. Okay, so that's how you actually set up a product. That's not the actual drag and drop part. I'll get into that in a little. Let's move on to the next part, my communications. Okay, this is more so obviously going to be list, okay? You could have leads, you can do tags, communications, which is going to be broadcast sequences and automations, and of course analytics, which is cool. I actually use a separate autoresponder, so I'm not going to run through this because, I use my autoresponder for that, but you can import leads if you want to do that. It's going to be completely up to you, okay? My pages, I'm just going to quickly walk you through how to create one from scratch. Okay, so let's go to add page. Okay, let's open this up. I know it's cut off a little. It's just because where I am recording, obviously. I'm just going to do a product review because I do a lot of product reviews, so I'm going to hit select. And yes, you can use Kartra for affiliate marketing if that's going to be your thing. So let's just say review. There we go. Got it. Select category. No category in particular. Let's do create. Oh, sorry. Number 2. Much better. Now, Kartra does come with a drag and drop builder, which is really cool. I always recommend using any type of software that has drag and drop. That seems to be the new technology nowadays. I am not all about like HTML and CSS. While those things can be helpful for doing specific aspects, I like the overall pretty much page builder to be drag and drop. It's kind of like, I want this here, let's move it there, let's add it, let's tweak things. So for example, if I want to do this, this could be like Kartra review, so on and so forth. Okay, scrolling down videos, this is just a placeholder. The cool thing also about Kartra is they have their own video hosting. So I use YouTube a lot. I also use Vimeo, which is like I think $200 a year, something like that. But if you were in the same boat, you would not need to have that because Kartra does that as well. Obviously, this is a template where you could go in there and change things, edit things. There's not too much to really talk about. Let's say you don't like this. Obviously, we can delete that. Oops, we can delete that. And of course, this is one extra. This is redundant. So we can delete that as well. Okay, just going on. Of course, on the left, we have a lot of things to choose from page settings. You can get an idea. This is for SEO if you want to do SEO purposes. So like this would be Kartra review, so on and so forth. Tracking codes, tags is going to be when it comes to your list. That's where you could do pretty much like a cart abandonment. Or for this, you could say, put a tag on there for a review where if someone doesn't purchase, you can maybe do an email to send them back there. Okay. General styles, custom styles, not going to get too much into that. Sections where you can do favorite blocks. These are a lot of different things you can do. Call to action, checkout forms, countdowns, which is cool. I know there's a lot of other softwares out there that do countdowns by themselves, but this comes with it, which is nice. And as you can see, a lot of different sections there. Components. That's pretty much all these big sections you see here. These are just a little bit more things you can add to it. Okay. Pop-up window, which is pretty cool if you want to do an exit pop-up where it says, wait, get started for free today, and so on and so forth. Okay. Footer bar, which is going to be a footer bar on the bottom, which is cool. This is usually something you have to pay for. I know there's definitely Hello Bar. That's like a WordPress one. I think it's free, but then you got to pay for it. But it's nice to have something like this where if you would simply want to add it to your page. And of course, you got the help desk. You can add the icon once you actually set this up, which is nice. And of course, they got some more code, more editing, and so on and so forth. Overall, it's not too bad. It's pretty simple to use. Everything is there in front of you. It's more about figuring out where everything is and then, of course, using it. All right, so let's move on. Okay, so now that we're back to the dashboard, we have my forms. This is pretty much just going to be when you're filling in your opt-in forms, okay? This isn't about making it pretty or anything like that. It's more about how you're going to collect information. For example, like on mine, I removed the name. You can do single opt-in, you can do double opt-in, and so on and so forth, okay? Let's move on to memberships because this is a really cool one. This is actually pretty simple to set up. Just like when you're doing a product, you would go to add membership. Let's do like test, okay? Create. Awesome. Okay, so test and test. This would be, example.com. Awesome, got that there. Let me make this bigger. Okay, we're going to hit save and then go to save and next. So next would be contents. This is actually where you can go in and, like it says here, add the lessons, advanced lessons. I'm going to do this very quickly just to kind of show you the simplicity of it. I do like this one because you're simply just dragging stuff in there. Okay, so let me move that to the side. So for example, this would be your sidebar. So if I put the host, which would be me, we can drag this over here. It's a little hard when I have a very small window, but I'm sure you get the idea. And then, of course, let me show you here. That's me. And then what you would do is your content would go in the middle. So if you had a headline, hello, something like that. Of course, you can do video. That would be your, it could be YouTube. Sure. Let me just grab a YouTube video real quick. I'll be right back. Awesome. Destroy self-doubt. Okay, so anyway, aside from that, there's a lot of different things you can add to it. Downloads, buttons, dividers, links. Remember, I do like this specifically because it pretty much gives you like everything you want to use. And it just says, if you want that, drag it over there and then edit it. So for example, if we want a button, let's drag that down below. I had to open up the screen so I can, properly utilize that. There we go. Enter button text, click here. Do external URL, AOL.com, just an example, not .com. There we go. New tab, click here. I pretty much followed the directions of the button. I clicked there. Anyway, just to kind of give you an idea. And it's as simple as that. It's really just a drag and drop thing you would go through for the pages, for the tutorials, the memberships, and so on and so forth. It's a pretty simple process. You just figure out what you want to put there, drag it, add it, upload it, and you're pretty much good with that. So let's go to actions. Let's do the save and exit. Of course, it's going to allow you to choose your template, which is cool. A lot of these are kind of similar. There's not a whole lot that's different, but I happen to like this one, which is most popular, I guess. And of course, you can change your color. Let's go with dark. Perfect. Save and exit. Of course, this is comments. If you want people to be able to comment on your pages, let's just do configure later. And let's go to save and next. This is access levels. This is pretty much, for example, like it says, if you want someone to have full access, if you want silver, gold, platinum, where you can pretty much drip content. Since I don't have any, and this is just an example, I would do configure later. That's something you can configure later. And of course, if you want customer support, you can pretty much kind of like put an icon there so people can ask questions and so on and so forth. Okay, welcome. If you want to send them a welcome email, configure later. It's kind of showing you what comes along with this and the process. Once again, this is all the automation stuff when it comes to tags, subscribing to list, automations. And of course, we are all done. Okay, that's how you pretty much set up a membership site. It's not too difficult. Okay. So next we have my videos. I talked about this previously, and this is pretty much a video hosting platform as well, where you can not only upload videos, but you can do a lot of cool things like add tags to it, calls to actions. You can stop a video at a specific time and have someone opt in only to watch the rest. You can add, like I said, a banner, call to action where they click on it and get taken somewhere else. And of course, Kartra just simply host your videos. Okay, let's move on to my calendars. This is actually something very new. Let me open this up for you. And this is helpful if you're pretty much what it says here, like you're a consultant, maybe you do managing, something for a gym. And instead of using something like, I think it's Calendarly, or I forgot the name of it, where I used to schedule appointments when I was doing coaching, but this is pretty much the same thing. It allows you to set up calendars where people can pretty much book dates with you, schedule appointments. Maybe it's going to be a breakthrough session or something along the lines of that. And as you can see here, this once again is a very simple process where you set it up. It's kind of like setting up a webinar where you would say you want to do this on one specific day, or say only on Monday of the month, or every single Monday at what specific time. You can do your own schedule on this if you want. That's completely up to you, but I just kind of wanted to show you what that is all about. Okay. Then, of course, we have my help desks. This is very cool and unique because Kartra features this and not a lot of other softwares do. Normally, you'll have to go out there and get a third-party one, but this, once again, is very easy to set up. And you can actually provide help, whether it be through tickets, live chat, or even phone or Skype. You can set that up how you want. As you see right here, this would be a support ticket. That would be phone. This would be live chat, and of course, Skype. Okay. Next up, we have My Campaigns, which is another newer feature where this is pretty much very similar to like sharing funnels. So you can actually create and share full marketing campaigns. What you do is you create it, you send the share code, and then of course someone can import it and actually use it. This is kind of a newer feature and is really cool to have because a lot of softwares are slowly starting to kind of add that in. And it's cool that Kartra did as well. Okay, my integrations, Kartra does have a good amount of them. Probably not the most in the world, but more than enough to actually get you going. Okay, we got Kartra Mail, A-Member, Authorize.net, Braintree, Digital Access Pass, Elastic Email, Kajabi, Mailgun, Nextmo, Optimized Press, PayPal, and a few more. I'm just going to scroll through so you can see what they have. And of course, Stripe, which is a very important one. Okay. And last but not least is Kartra Academy. A lot of people want to know what this is. And well, guess what? You're in the right spot because I'm going to show you. Okay, this is pretty much a training, a tutorial, bonuses, and a lot of great stuff. This is really going to help you get up and running quickly. They also have their Q&A Tuesdays where you can register there and ask questions. And aside from that, there's like the Jumpstart, FAQs, which is going to help you out with everything. So you have any questions, like that's the spot to go. And this is also completely free. So this comes along with Kartra. It's, pretty much like a bonus, and it's going to help you get up and running. The Done For You spot is awesome, which is all about like Frank Kern, and he talks about like the 4-day cash machine. These are kind of like the Done For You campaigns where you can get up and running much quicker. I'm not going to go through this because those are pretty special. I want you to kind of see those on your own, okay? Strategies in terms of advanced funnel tactics, blogging with Kartra and WordPress. This is a very popular question when it comes to Kartra and WordPress. This is going to solve a lot of the problems and questions. And so if you want to do some blogging, that's going to help you out. webinars, which is very important because, you know, Kartra is all about webinars when it comes to Webinar Jam and Every Webinar. So you might have some questions with that. And of course, masterclasses, which is going to be your VSL Genesis and ad formulas if you want to do some VSLs, which are video sales letters, and of course, ad formulas to help you maximize your campaigns, make more profit, have a better ROI, and so on and so forth. So all in all, I do have to say Kartra is a very smooth program. Obviously, they're always going to be working on things. They have been doing a lot of updates, which is always a good sign when it comes to software. You never want to see a software that comes out and like nothing improves. They've had nothing but improvements. They're adding a lot of different updates to it, and they've pretty much listened to their customers and delivered on a lot of things, especially like the My Campaigns, which is pretty newer. My Calendars is pretty newer, and there's a few more as well that goes along with that. Okay. So aside from that, if you want to give them a test, you can click the link down below. And when you do that, you're also going to be getting some bonuses, which include the 71% landing page conversions course, how to create offers even without expertise video, creating the highest converting offers video, how to create a full offer in 30 to 60 minutes video training. And yes, that is actually possible. You can literally run in circles around people when it comes to creating offers. I'm going to show you how to do that. The simple setup business model. And of course, last but not least, we have email marketing mastery, because if you're going to be doing any type of online marketing, you're probably going to be using email. Okay, so with that being said, you're going to be getting all those bonuses. Simply click the link down below. I will also put my email down below, so if you have any questions and you want to get your bonuses as well, simply shoot me an email. Let me know the email you signed up with. I will confirm it and then send your bonuses. All right, so that should just about do it. I want to say thank you for watching this review. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below and I will get back to you as well. Either way, thanks for watching. Be sure to check out the link, get your trial, test it out today, and look forward to talking to you soon.